So now that I've done my first mosaic, the telescope dome and building, and that worked out well, I'm looking at other mosaics, and I have a lot of other possibilities here. Again, these are mostly going to be from based on photographs, but this is going to come later. But the next one I wanted to work on, this is a picture. This is based on a picture I took back at my parents' home in Iowa a few Christmases ago, and my mom puts out bird feeders, and they're far enough south in Iowa that they do get, in very southern part of Iowa, that they do get birds. Some birds stick around year-round, and they get a lot of cardinals. Now, of course, cardinals, you might associate that with St. Louis, Missouri, and that's appropriate. You do have a lot of cardinals in the Midwest, and even up into Iowa. And so I spent a fair bit of time making this one, kind of optimizing the colors and stuff. And this is 64 by 64. The thing is, I wanted to make this big enough to show some detail, and to see that, to get some idea that this really is a that really is a cardinal, and see its detail. Now, I may tweak some of the colors here, and actually for printing this out, I kind of stretch the contrast a little bit just to make it easier to kind of make out the different colors. But one thing that you can't see on here is that these are actually sunflower seeds, or sunflower seed holes, and the cardinal had a little ring of snow around its beak from pecking around here at the seeds that had fallen from the feeders, which are right over its head. And so I don't know whether I'm going to try to put that in this picture or not. I may not, because without any detail, you can't really, it's hard to know what it is. But I do, I do want to kind of stick pretty close to these colors. It was hard to find colors here that match the tail and the back really well. There's kind of it's kind of a buff brownish color there, but there's also reddish in there, so I may tweak that a little bit. Some of these boundary pieces here that look pink, that's just because it's averaging together red and white at the edge there because of the pixelization. This pink color below, that's nominally light pink, but again, I kind of stretch the contrast. That's actually the reflection of the red from the cardinal on the snow, and you can see it in the picture. It's kind of a subtle little pink there, and so I'm going to use light pink for that. So this is this is going to be 64 by 64. So this is not enormous size. In fact, what I'm going to try is, because this is a more modest size, and let me zoom back out here. Now, I still can't cover this in my camera, but what I think I'm going to try to use for a base here, I'm going to use 4 of these 32 by 32 standard base plates. Now, I don't like these because they're flexible, and I can't really use that for any kind of big mosaic because there's no structural stability there. But for a little more modest size mosaic like this, what I may do to hang this on my wall, because this will probably just be in my house, is I'll put the pieces on here, and I may just glue this to a piece of plywood, just cut some plywood behind that, and then I can hang it that way. I'm not going to frame this or anything. I'll leave this just out in the open. And because I don't really like these pieces, I'd rather use real plates, but they're more expensive and smaller. I don't feel bad if I end up having to glue this to plywood, because I don't feel like I'm ruining anything that important. I'd rather not use glue on better Lego pieces, but for these, not such a big deal. So the other thing that I'm doing here that I think is interesting is something that I did on the dome, the telescope dome and building, is that I do want a little bit of 3D to this. So the background here, the snow, I'm going to make that with tiles, and then I'm going to use either plates or bricks for the cardinal, and for maybe these little couple seeds that are sitting there on top of the ground. Plates versus bricks. I've been kind of trying to figure that out. I've been trying to optimize this because depending on what colors you use, which will depend on what's in your picture, that can dictate whether or not it's optimal to use plates or bricks, cost-wise, and how easy it is to find those pieces. I'm getting these pieces off of Bricklink, so there are different prices for different types of pieces, different types and colors of pieces, simply because of, mostly because of rarity and because of what sets that people are parting these out of, or maybe what pieces that people have gotten from the pick and build wall, used to be the pick a brick wall in the Lego store. So that's kind of something I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do. But the background, I'm pretty sure on that. And in today's haul, which I'll show some footage of that at the end here as bonus footage. I did get a bunch extra of these gray and white 2x2 tiles, and so those will fill that in really nicely. And I already have a fair number of, I have a lot here actually of the light gray 1x1s, and I also have other white pieces. In fact, I already had a fair number of white 2x2s, but I went ahead and got some more. So I'd have them on hand because I'll need those. I'll probably use. I need those pieces for anything, any scenery that has snow in it. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. I have put in the tiles. So there's the snow. These were supposed to be little sunflower seeds on the ground. I don't know whether I'm going to do something with that, better with that or not. I'm not sure how really that's going to look overall. I put some extra shading in here around the feet. The feet here are in brown. I don't know, that looks kind of weird though. From a distance it makes it look like the feet are gigantic, so I don't know whether I'm going to stick with that or not. But in any case, and the pink here is that's again the reflection of the red onto the snow. So now what I need to do is let's go ahead and start putting in some of the see how far we can get here on the cardinal itself. Now I did put in one piece here. This is just to hold the center, and so I've got my reddish brown, red, dark red, and dark orange here, and that's going to take care of most of the colors. Now I'm also going to need black here around the face, but I'm going to see what I can do here. I should also mention that I did make some little modifications here to colors, just areas that the color matching algorithm didn't do real well with. Okay, and also I'm going to see about using the pieces I have already sorted, but some of the pieces I need are in the haul that I got today. So I'm not sure how well that. I'm not sure exactly how far I'm going to get to this. It's getting kind of late tonight. And actually, I just took a look, and the 2x2 pieces are the only ones that. Those are the ones that probably going to be most relevant. I mean, I don't know whether I have enough of them or not, but what I'm going to do here, I'm going to count these out real quick. Okay, so that's 70. So I'll just remember to check that. Okay, so let me start putting in some of this now. On these edges here, there's also these little issues with what I do with the sections that are right at the edge where it's a blend of colors. So I think I'll do this. Let's see, and I'm gonna ignore that dark brown right there, the dark red right there. Okay, so now up here, I gotta decide what to do with that. I suppose I will keep that regular red. This is another thing I'm gonna run out of real quick here. Oh, actually, the other thing I have that might be useful are these 2x2 corners. So I think what I'll count those out later. I can always count these in here. Now the other thing I want to be careful of actually is that I want to make sure that I put pieces across the border, the crack here between the adjacent base plates. So I think what I'll do, I may not need that corner piece actually. Let me make sure this is going to be okay. So there's that, that, and that. And then I've got, and I'm actually going to put one of these here. Okay. All right. Now these are gonna. I want to fill these in a little bit. So I actually can go all the way over to here. Well, I will do that. 2x4 plates would obviously be ideal for this. Well, or even larger, but because this is kind of a small, well, it's not a huge mosaic in terms of number of studs. I'm trying to avoid using pieces that are larger than about 4 studs. Okay, so now you keep going down here. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, so now, and these, okay, so we've got 3, so down here, so that is, that's right, let's see, that's 7 and 8 below here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And that will go all the way down to the bottom. And actually, I'm going to move that down. And do this. Okay. And I'm going to, okay, let's go ahead and this is going to get filled in actually all the way. All of this in here is red, except that I may go a little shadow. I'm going to probably follow that and do a little bit of shadow with some small dark red pieces. Now I can fill this in. I'll fill this in with the corner pieces here. I could do it with the 1x2s, but corner pieces seem very natural there. Let's see. Oops. You can be really fastidious and make sure that the Lego letters are upright in all these, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. Now over here, so I've got, so this is going to go, let's see, this is, yeah, so that's 7 and 8 down from the center, and that's going to go, I'm going to do 4 of those. Wait a minute. No, oh, hold on. No, I can't. Oh, alright. Quit tearing up my nails and get out the brick tool. Alright, so actually it goes like that. Now, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's not right either. Because, well, no, I've got to go 8 and 9 if I want to do that. Alright, let me so let me rethink this a little bit. So I can go ahead and put, let me go ahead and put a dark red there, and I've got 3. Now I do have a couple of, I do literally just have a couple of 1x3 pieces in the red, so we'll go ahead and use that. Now this is the, let's see, this is the dark orange. So we'll do that. And then I need a red here and a dark orange. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to basically frame out where the red goes. Okay. Now here, the dark red. Let's see. And then I need that. And let's see. Actually, let's note that I can actually put 2 of these like that. Okay, and that means that I got to have a 1x1 there. So you can see I'm kind of, I'm just kind of fitting these together. Okay, I think I maybe messed this up a little bit. There's that issue here of these, which of these orange, pieces, which of these light-colored pieces, whether I want to make them red or white, as opposed to halfway in between. So I think that means that I'm just going to do this, because if I put that there, it's not going to make any sense. So I'll do this. since that's right on the edge. And now let's fill in the red. And you know, honestly, I think that should be another light gray tile. Okay. Okay, and so now I just need, let's see, now down here, I thought about doing a little shadow there. I even said that I was thinking about doing that, but I think I'm not going to do it there, but I think I am going to do it here. So there's this 6 here across, and I'm going to make that, I'm going to make all those dark red, just because it's a little bit underneath and a little bit shadowed. And here I have one bright red and one dark red there. Well, no, that's not. Oh yeah, I modified that too because I wanted that deeper shadow there. So I'll put that there, and we'll put this here. Okay. So again, I'm kind of making these modifications as I go. The goal here is obviously not to get something perfect. Now I have ran out of these, and I don't have anything in these holes, so now I have to decide. Now I think I have some more pieces coming. It's not necessarily a bad thing though to use some of these 2x3 pieces. It's not really going to hurt anything. I've got more space to fill though in here and in the beak. I can also use these corner pieces that I have plenty of. So I think I'm going to do that. Let me put a couple of 3s here, though. That kind of makes sense. Let me fill in some of those. That kind of makes sense. Let's see. No. I think I'll put one across there. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, and let's see. Just because it's kind of right next to some other colors here, I will place those with a couple of 3s. Okay, what the heck? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, we'll do this. I don't think that doesn't affect the pattern very much, actually. I mean, if I had some 2x4s, I mean, I would consider it, but like I said, because this is the size of this, I don't want any individual pieces to kind of feel dominant on here. But let's put in this area here. Actually, I'll put that in like this. Okay, so there's the middle and down. So that needs to be there. And then a red. Okay. So there's that highlighted patch on its cheek. Okay, so now the area, the face area. Now, again, this tan is not particularly realistic, and but what I need to do, one of the things I didn't do here was grab my computer where I have the original picture. So I'm going to need to deal with this. So I need another red. Need two reds here. And red on top. And like this. Makes more sense, I think, for that to be dark red. Now, I've got 2 and 2 there, and that looks like that should be probably the dark red as well. I'm kind of creating a little bit of a shadowing there. Now, because this area is really covered in, this actually has snow on it. So what I want to do is I do want to create kind of a red, some red right there for his cheek, but there's also a little bit of black that should go around the beak. So even with that, that's going to be red. This gets darker here because of the black ring around its face. And I'm just going to go ahead and run this up like that. And then I do want to put some black there. Now, I'm not sure what that brown should be. I think that should probably be black. Should be black as well, right? I mean, in the picture, it's black right up to the edge, and then that piece I just made background. So yeah, so this should be black. So let me grab. Okay, so that's black, and then that's going to blend in with the black here. Actually, as I do that, actually, I think based on the photo, I should probably do black across here. So do 1, 2, and then that's going to be black. That's going to be black there as well. Now I've got to decide what to do about that brown there. That brown there, that's a mix of the dark red and the black. So I think I want to go ahead and put dark red. Go ahead and leave that as dark red, or make the brown dark red as well. So that's going to go, there's my 3. So that's going to be there. And that's actually going to go down 2 more. Okay. And then 1, yeah, and then 1 next to it. And then 1 right in there. Since I've already used some 2x3s, let's go ahead and keep using them. Okay, so that goes 2, 3 of those, and then a 2x2 right here. And that's where now I'm going to have one little string of black there, running right up there, and that is in the picture. That is underneath a little bit of snow on the beak. Okay, so that's the black mask, if you will, probably some technical name for that, around the beak. Now I need to make this. I want to make. Oh, wait a minute. Is that right? Whoa! I've done something wrong here. Oh, geez. What the heck? Oh. Okay, I did screw up. Alright, let's work from here. Let's unscrew this up. Okay. Okay. So, alright, let's do this right now. Actually, what we're going to do there, put a black 2x2 corner. Okay, and then that's going to be the red beak. And this is basically it for the bright red, so I can go ahead and use some bigger pieces. Now the only thing is that there's a little bit of a darker highlight on the beak at the tip. Okay, that's probably a little more accurate shape. It's harder to see on this, but it's a little easier to see on the actual picture. Now we got to go dark red, almost all the way to the top, but not quite. So I want to put in here at the top. There's the feathers kind of flare out here at the top, and in principle this could almost be, this could almost be the bright red up here. But I want to leave that little, make sure that there's that little space there, and in that space I do want to make it a little brighter. So a little crown there a little brighter. There are tufts of hair. It's actually angled like that, but okay. So now, and this is definitely real. There is a highlight up here, right above the black here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a little more pronounced. And do, now this is not exactly what it was, but that's what I'm going to do. Now the issue here is that this is the eyeball. So that one right there is the eyeball. And I want to make sure there's a little bit of, I want to put a little bit of dark, I want to put black around that, but I need something a little darker. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with this. So there's got to be an eyeball right there. And I'm going to go ahead and make that smooth there. Straight above here, I've got a little bit, well, this may just be a placeholder, but I want to remember that this is going to be that's where I want. So there's 4, and then that, and then there's 4, and that orange again. So okay, now I gotta be careful here, because I do want, again, to make sure that I've got stuff across this. So dark red here, and dark orange here. Now I can run dark reds, 3 of those right along the seam. So that'll be good. That's actually supposed to be one up. Okay. Oh, brother. Okay. Now I need another piece here. And is this all going to be black? I think I'm inclined to go ahead and put a dark red here, and then put the black in. And we grab a 1x3. Okay, I think we're going to call that maybe good. So this is all dark red, except if I want to put some highlights. And actually I do need a little bit of highlight on here, because that part is actually slightly brighter. Do that. And this is going to be a little different. I don't know, since I'm, let's see, so I got that little bit of highlight there. Here, I wonder if I should continue that, or make that, nah, I think I should probably make that dark. Okay, so now, looks like the rest of this can and should be dark red. Okay, so everything but the eye. Okay, well that's not looking too bad. Yeah. Not too bad. The tail feathers, the pattern is there's 2 lighter colored stripes, and then there's kind of brownish stuff in there. And the dark tan, that's something I do have some dark tan for this. Yeah. And that's kind of, it's kind of a buffish color. Okay, so let me run the, so I'm going to use, again, this is, it's, I could use either dark, even though I have a mix of orange there and dark red, I could use either dark red. I may just use the dark red, because I think that kind of matches the, matches things a little better. And also it does go all the way up to the tip, even though that brown is there, because that's, again, averaging between the snow and the tail feathers there. So let's see. And so that brown, all that brown along there that I've kept up to about that point should be the dark red. So that's those 2 pieces. So that, yeah, so that's where I'm going to stop the dark red. But I'm going to go, so I need to go, so here, yeah, so I guess this is going to be maybe 3 wide up there. and then it kind of spreads out to become 4 wide. So let's do that. So 3, 3, 3, 3. Well, maybe I can just do it with 3. I need to put that there. I do need a 4 there. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Now the same thing here, except that it doesn't really quite go, it doesn't go to the edges, obviously. So I'm going to let's see, I want to do, do I want to leave 1 there? I think I need to do this. So I think what I need here is, let's go ahead and fill in some brown, and that brown, yeah, that brown doesn't have a huge contrast with the red, and that's actually okay, I think, because the only other way I can get around that is to make those bright red, but I don't want to go that extreme. And so I gotta, before I get too far down here, I want to think about that little gap there. Okay, so that goes there, and 1, 2. Okay, so that goes 2, 3.5. Okay, and now we've got just well, it's going to be one of these. I think it's supposed to go like this. I'm carefully running out of dark red 1 by 1s. Okay, and then 1 more orange before we go into the tan. And here, that's a tan and a dark orange. And this is, yeah, that's all tan in there. Oh boy, okay, let's see. Gotta be careful here, I don't run out of pieces that I need. I don't necessarily want to put all the 1 by 4s in there, but that's what I got. So I think maybe that's what I'll do. That looks okay. Okay, so that's all tan. Now this is that's all dark orange. Alright, there's actually dark reds. Okay. Alright, so there's that, and then, oh, okay, I went a little too far here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not all, that was not supposed to all be dark orange, okay. Okay, we're getting almost done here. Okay, so I think that is all of the brown. So now I got to fill in the dark orange, and then that'll just leave the dark tan. Okay, so all of this in here is dark orange. Okay, very, very close here. The only thing left there, let's see, now I didn't put an orange in there, but I gotta make sure. I think I need a single, so I do just need a single there. Might as well use some 1x4s since I've been doing that. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to stand back and take a look at it. One thing I notice, it's a little bit fat, a little bit fatter than the picture. I think maybe something in the algorithm wasn't quite perfect. The shadow, that shadow thing there didn't quite work. So I think I'm going to swap that out and maybe make that leg a little bigger there and make that pink as well. Okay, I think I'm just going to swap that out for a 2x2. Like what I already have. That just looks a little better. Okay, now I'm going to get up here without messing everything up. So actually, I think under the circumstances, it's going to make sense here to maybe get rid of that highlight, highlight or low light there. Just because it makes the feet look weird. Okay, so after those mods, what I've done here is I made the tail a little narrower, which I think works well. I adjusted the feet. I think that's okay. I don't like those particularly, but they'll do. And I need to do something with the eye. I'm actually kind of liking the blue. Kind of liking the blue, dark blue stud there. That's what I'm going to use. I don't know, having the seeds on the ground kind of made sense at one point, but I think I'm going to take those, I think I'm going to go ahead and take those out. And all I need to do now is swap out this. Now, here's the question. I need to put my signature, my sig tile here. Hold on. But I also need to put a border around this. And so I want to use some flat tiles on that. I'd like maybe to make a blue border or a black border. So I got to decide whether to put this here or here. I'm thinking to go ahead and put it here. Okay, and now I want to put a border on this. And I think I've got, let's see. Get this pattern right. Yeah. I'm just going to make it just these black 2x4 plates because I have a lot of those. Thought about using bricks here, but I think that's a bit too much. Alright, so there we go, we got the border. And so I'm going to put my signature tile on here. And I think I'm going to call this one finished. Okay, so here's the actual footage here of the hall. So this is the smaller one. Let's see, so this is a cellar that I have bought from, let's see, I think this is maybe the first time I bought from this one. Yeah, this is the first time from this one. This one is from Georgia. And so, now some of what I'm getting here may be used on this particular mosaic, particularly the white tiles here for the snow, and the light gray also for the slightly darker snow cover. So and the pink here for the part of the reflection of the cardinal off of the snow. So that's where some of this is going to go. And then if I go ahead, I'm shooting this before the rest of this video, and so I got to decide whether to use plates for the cardinal or bricks. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with those red pieces. So this was a seller who had some, I think they had some stuff on sale. Now the other one, so this is my biggest Bricklink order ever. I'm not going to say how much it cost, but this is actually a little over 4,000 pieces, and this is a seller that I've bought from before, and they were having a sale. And so some of this, so this is kind of a mix of stuff I may use soon, and probably even more of stuff that I'll use eventually. Just kind of, you know, stocking up on various things. Thanks for your order. Happy building. Okay, in the note. And so lots. Oh Lord, lots of stuff. And there are a few, yeah, this is what 4,000 kind of small to medium sized bricks looks like. A lot of these I bought in bulk, you know, a couple hundred or so. I think for a lot of these 2x4 plates, I got 3 different colors of those, no, 4 different colors of the 2x4 plates, and I got 200 each of those. And again, a lot of this stuff is going to be for mosaics as I continue doing those. So there's the 4 colors of 2x4. Now the medium dark flesh, or the medium nougat. I got these. I used a bunch of these in my previous mosaic, the telescope dome and building. But this is a good color for other things, and so again, these were a good price. Actually, these were a little bit cheaper than what I bought for the mosaic, so these will come in handy at some point. And there's a lot here. There's about 400 of the 2x2s, 300 1x2s, 200 1x1s. I have very few olive pieces, but in making some of my mosaics, olive does show up as a color that could be useful for different shades of vegetation. So I picked up some of those. In this case, this was a couple of these were. I got a few more than I originally wanted, just because I bought all their stock for that particular color. That's something I do. If I need some and the amount, the extra that I would need to buy to buy off the full lot isn't too much, I'll go ahead and do that, just for everybody's convenience. A couple of small. These are dark orange and bright light orange 1x1s. Tiles, this is a good color again for some kinds of vegetation, especially pine trees and stuff that are kind of dark green, and if I want tiles for those. Sky colors, medium blue and medium azure. Kind of hot colors for maybe for around like sunrise, sunset. More of the dark orange again. That can be sunrise, sunset, and other things actually, because it does have it's dark orange, but it has kind of a little bit of a brownish cast to it. Lavender. This was just a really good price for 300 of these. That's not a color that I expect to use very much of. But what I was thinking is that perhaps maybe I'm considering doing some mosaics of or a mosaic of mosaics. Just some mosaic with multiple like wildflowers, mountain wildflowers, and maybe the lavender will work for that. So anyway, that's that was a lot of pieces and a non-trivial amount of money. But the thing about these mosaics is they do take quite a few pieces, so you just kind of have to suck it up.